to your understanding, comprehension. Jerusalem is not just reference to the land. Jerusalem is also a reference to the people. So who's being surrounded? Jerusalem is being surrounded, right? To the four corners. Everything is based around the people of the book. Daniel 9 talks about the 70 weeks of prophecy is determined upon Jerusalem, the city, and the people. Okay, so where are the people? That's why I brought this out. So he said that let those in Yehuda flee to the mountains, and them that are in the midst of her go out, and let those who are in the fields enter in. All right, so this is twofold. First, this is talking about what? That happened in 70 AD, but this is prophetic of future, because why? The armies are surrounding Jerusalem. The armies are surrounding you and me, right? I keep looking at that camera because this camera we're using. The armies are surrounding us because we are Jerusalem. Remember what Yahshua said? He said, "Oh, Jerusalem." Was he talking about the city? "I would have gathered you," right? "But you would not listen," right? "But you will not see me until you say," right? "Baruch atah Yahweh." Blessed is he that comes in the name of Yah. Right? Yahshua came in the name of Yah. Right? So what did Yahshua come to do? He came to do what? To reinstate us back to what? Our place. He cares nothing about the United States of America. This is about Jerusalem. This is about Israel, right? So the Most High is trying to restore Israel back to Israel's place. But, But the world is trying to force a religion on you to keep you in disobedience unto the Creator who made you. They want to throw a religion on you when the Most High didn't give us a religion. He gave us a covenant. The Bible is a covenant book. He said, if you do this, I'll do that. Right? If you don't do this, then you won't get this. You will have this other result versus having the result that I have prescribed for you to have by following my instructions, which is what the law is. The law is Yah's instructions for life. Okay? The Most High, in the age that we're in now, the Most High has done what? Removed the scales from our eyes. Right? He's allowed us to be in the technology age where now you can read the Bible, where now you can study the Bible, and you can get comprehension of what's being said in the book and not have a religion thrown down your throat. That's what this is about. This is a fight for the children of Israel to return to the covenant. But the wicked one, the deceiver, is trying to deceive you into believing that you need to return to Christianity when you need to return to the covenant that the Most High gave your forefathers. And that's why we end up in captivity, because our forefathers rejected the Most High's covenant and embraced the religion of the nations around about them. And we ended up in America. We ended up scattered to the four winds. That's why we're here. Because our forefathers rejected the covenant. Satan don't care whether you embrace a religion or not. All he wants you to do is embrace religion and operate in disobedience. Right? I have a cousin. I was sharing with him. When you enjoy benefits of a covenant without a commitment, it's called whoredom. Spiritual whoredom. I made a comparison. That's like, I got my grandbabies here today. That's like sex without a commitment. What is sex without a commitment? Whoredom, right? So when you are enjoying the benefits of marriage without a commitment, you have made the person, you have prostituted that person. You have made that person a whore. Got my babies over there. So the law that the Most High gave us is not a law by force. We're going to read something in a minute, right? All right, let's continue along with that. Now, so he said, he says, when you see the armies camped around, don't go back into it. Don't go, flee. When you see the armies, flee to the mountains. In other words, don't return back to the vomit. Right? These so-called prophets, they're not giving up. They want you to believe that their prophecies coming to pass. So they'll steal, kill, and destroy to make it appear like their prophecies came to pass. They're desperate. And that's dangerous. When you're desperate to get your man in place by what? Trump stacked the Supreme Court with the intentions of doing something because he knew he was going out, but he want the people to put him back in. So to get the people's heart won, hey, this happened. And guess what? This is a result of me being in office. Don't you want me back now? The world's in better shape with me. Why? Because I'm going to protect the Christian church. It's a distraction and a deception, right? All right. Woe to these that are pregnant in those days, who are nursing children in those days, for there shall be great distress in the earth and wrath upon this people. That's the coming wrath. If he gets back in the door and that those laws are passed, you're not going to be keeping no Shabbat. You're not going to be abiding by no laws of Yah. They're going to pass that Sunday law. Nobody going to be able to work on Sunday. They shall fall. Verse 24 said, they shall fall by the edge of the sword. Right? And be led away captive. That already happened. But guess what? Spiritually speaking, if this goes down, right? And they tell you the mark of the beast is if you don't serve this deity that we've given you, right? Then you're going to be judged. We taking you to prison. Oh, gave you something to think about now, didn't I? Gave you something to think about. They shall fall by the edge of the sword and shall be led away captive to all nations. And Jerusalem shall be trampled underfoot by the nations until the times of the nations are fulfilled. So literally Jerusalem is trampled down by the Gentiles, and spiritually, naturally, the physical seed of Israel is trampled down by the Gentiles. Everybody's making merchandise out of you black people. They ain't telling you Israel. Why are you so hated? Right? The Messiah said, you shall be hated of all nations. Who's hated of all nations more than the so-called black people? You hated by all nations, but yet loved. Right? All right. Let's continue reading that. This is some good stuff here. We kind of tying some things together here. Verse 25.
And there shall be signs in the sun, and in the moon, and in the stars, and upon the earth distress of nations, with perplexity the sea and the waves roaring. Men's hearts failing them for fear and for looking after those things which are coming on the earth. For the powers of heaven shall be shaken. And then shall they see the Son of Man coming in a cloud with power and great kabod.
Stop right there. So what's happening is the right wingers want you to believe that Trump is anointed of Yah and he is the Messiah to the United States. Isn't that what they want you to believe? I mean, the leftists, they see it coming. They see, matter of fact, some of the so-called, what they call the rhinos, they see that the world is worshiping Donald Trump. Matter of fact, what's that guy named Adam, the Republican? What's his name? Adam Zinger? I'll tell you in a second. Hold on a second. Adam Kinzinger, that's his name. The hearing. Let's play this real quick. Let's listen to what Adam Kinzinger had to say in the hearing. Right, this is not politics, but this came to my mind. I want you to hear it. He is anti-Trump. He knows that the church have lost it. They have gone after worshiping Donald Trump. All them people, Kenneth Copeland, Hank Kuhneman, Kit Christmas, Kat Kerr, Doug Sheets, what they call the trucker prophet, what's his name? They all worshiping Trump.
The Justice Department lawyers are not the president's personal lawyers. We count on them to be on the side of the law and to defend the best interest of the United States, not the best interest of any political campaign. That's how it's been since the department was founded soon after the Civil War. Justice Department lawyers are supposed to play it 100% straight. President Trump tried to erase his loss at the ballot box by parachuting an unqualified man into the top job at Justice. It was a power play to win at all costs with no regard for the will of the American people. It was about ignoring millions of votes. Ignore them, throw them out, label them fraudulent, corrupt, illegal, whatever. Facts were clearly just an inconvenience. From the Oval Office, President Trump urged others to bring his big lie to life. He begged, just say the election was corrupt and leave the rest to me and the Republican congressman. He didn't care what the department's investigations proved. What good were facts when they would only confirm his loss? And it's no surprise that all the far-out, fully fabricated, whack job conspiracy theories collapsed under even the slightest scrutiny. That insanity went from the internet to the highest levels of government in no time. The bottom line, the most senior leadership of the Justice Department, from Attorney General Bill Barr to Jeff Rosen, his successor and his deputy Rich Donahue, everyone except Jeff Clark, was telling President Trump the very same thing. The conspiracy theories were false. The allegation of a stolen election was a lie. The data left no room for doubt, nothing to question. And the Constitution left no room for President Trump to change the outcome of the election. But we're here today because the facts were irrelevant to President Trump. It was about protecting his very real power and very fragile ego, even if it required recklessly undermining our entire electoral system by wildly casting baseless doubt upon it. In short, he was willing to sacrifice our republic to prolong his presidency. I can imagine no more dishonorable act by a president. We owe a great debt of gratitude to these men you've heard from here today. Real leaders who stood for justice when it was in grave peril, who put their country first when the leader of the free world demanded otherwise. They threatened to resign rather than corrupt our democracy. And thanks largely to each of them, President Trump's coup failed. Contrast that to Jeff Clark, who would do exactly what the president wanted. Say there was massive fraud, forget the facts, and leave the rest to President Trump's congressional friends. Mr. Clark refused to cooperate with this committee. He pled the fifth over 125 times. Why risk self-incrimination? And President Trump's congressional friends, some of them are angling for pardons. They knew that every bit of what they did was a lie and it was wrong. That's all the more reason to respect those who came here to testify today. We thank them for their unflinching service in the face of incredible pressure. As it's said, the only thing necessary for evil to succeed is good men to do nothing. Thankfully, there were good people in the Department of Justice. You heard from other good people too on Tuesday. They too defended us.